guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have Scarpetta by Patricia Cornwell. So I bought this on the cruise I was on. I bought a book because I wanted to read a book on the way home. To my extent, I did not know this was book 16. So I was like, oh, okay. But as I was reading along, other people were saying this is like the best book. All the other series from book 15 to book 1, it was not as great. So a lot of people had a bit of controversy on that, how they didn't like the series. The writer didn't do as well until now that this book is really good. So I enjoyed this book actually quite a bit. It was quite interesting, but now I'm quite worried, like, if I don't want to get book 1, book 2, or blah blah, if the series is not going to be as great. So if you guys have read this series by Patricia Cornwell, please let me know and see what you think. Is it worth it for me getting the rest of the books and seeing what I think about it? Because I do not want to really waste my money on the rest of the books if I'm not going to enjoy it. So this is the cover, and here's the back. A demented patient in an asylum, an impossible tale of murder, and a killer on the streets of New York. Dr. Casey Scarpetta is in New York City, where the NYPD has asked her to examine an injured resident in a psychiatric ward, handcuffed and chained. The patient soon begins to talk, and his story shakes Scarpetta to the core. The man claims his wounds were sustained in the course of a murder, and a murder he did not commit. But he is criminally insane, stalkers obsessively fixated on Scarpetta, Ozzy on all those near him, now at the mercy of a savage killer who has already escaped justice just once. So the only thing Scarpetta knows for certain is that a woman has been tortured and murdered, and now more violent deaths will follow. So I was like, oh, that sounds really good. So I obviously started reading it, and it was interesting. So I cannot stand the third person writing the third person thing. It's kind of like annoying, just the point. I just want, like, I do like other people's opinions, like other things, but I just can't explain it. It drives me crazy. Even when I'm deep in a story, lost in a faraway world of forensics, murder and relationship drama, the third person puts in a roadblock to really feeling the story. I miss Scarpetta's mind and the storytelling that happened in the first person. Like, it sounds really good when it's coming out. So the character has been throughout most of the book, so I expected to connect with them in each book. But reading this one, I was like, okay, I see where people are coming from. And is it going to be worth it for me to read the other books? This may have been selfish, but it is for me. True for me, it's just a while to reconnect to Marino. I had a hard time coming to grips with the acceptance of this, but obviously he has had previous incidents with this guy, and obviously I don't know him that well to what comes. Obviously, like I said, for me not realising this is book 16, there's other things that happened, and I didn't know that. So it would kind of make me like uncomfortable knowing that I didn't know what he was like. How else can I describe him? I couldn't really put a picture to his characters in my mind. So apparently with these books as well, they are supposed to be like really good to read, like nice mystery murders. I love my mystery murders, like watching them on DVD and everything. But I'll start reading my books. I want to be finding a good one. So I started finding out that some of these need to be good. I do love how the characters are, and making it clean to see how they change and to like flow during situations. I can always take some comments around response to situations because I have been around so long. The plot was interesting but just slightly predictable. I was leaning towards the guilty party, but not until midway through the book, which is always a nicely written story. The relationships between the characters are growing with their age and changing life pressures. Brenton and Scarpetta were wonderful, always struggling to find a good balance between independence and dependence. Very true to their long relationship. Which I was like, oh, she's married. Cute. But, nope. So one of the best things about the novel is that she continues to have a new storyline situations. If we look at the real life crime, there will not must be a shortage of inspiration of different and disturbing behaviours. But the plot thickens, and each of these chapters I was reading, it was quite interesting to read, and obviously I do like to know more, and I feel like a little bit repeated. So even though I did enjoy this book, I don't know if I'm actually going to actually keep this book and read the other ones. I have to be stunned by a book that's mystery murder. If it's not, then I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to keep getting the other books. I want a book that's going to be like, yes. So, except maybe in the good people survives, but in last few books, apparently at least. So, one thing that kept running through my mind is why I had to do the characters ago, and I wonder how long how Scarpetta series will last. And apparently, she is well, it's not acting so great. So everyone has their own opinion, but it's not like it's gonna be doing anything. So I'm quite suspect to this. So I'm gonna leave it at this because I have no idea what else I can really explain about it because I just don't know what else to say about the book that I thought I would enjoy. I started to enjoy. I liked the book the way it went to the point when I was like, okay, now I'm bored of the situation. Now I know what's going on, and I didn't want that. I want to be more surprised at each end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.